Hello, YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. So today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2019, and the time is approximately 4 p.m. and I'll say 7 minutes. Yeah, that works. So, first of all, I want to show you something that I recently unearthed today. It's this beautiful pashmina shawl. Beautiful. I always loved how Edith Bunker said beautiful. She would say beautiful, and it just stuck with me. So this is one of the many beautiful, beautiful gifts that I received from the Michelle Swan Graham, Swan of Dreamers on YouTube. And it's so funny because I recently unearthed it. Today's been a busy day at La Casa de Roberto, formerly known as Shejovea. So I have a wonderful new friend who has been assisting my awesome audiovisual person in cleaning up my apartment. And oh my goddess, I mean, you know, it really does not take a lot to make me happy. It really doesn't take a lot to give me peace. Just do what I say. That always works. Like, do what I tell you to do. No, but seriously, it's a load off my mind because I have been enjoying an abundantly full schedule. And there's been a lot going on. And as many of you know, September through December is the busiest time of the year for me. And now that I have resumed using a lot of metaphysical methods and sacred tools for creating, attracting, and maintaining financial prosperity, it looks like I'm going to be abundantly full between now and February 2020, which I have no problem with at all. At all. So today, let me just, because I can see Susan Garrett's words in my mind, and I can hear Jennifer Ball's Witch House's voice in my mind, and you know, so it's like all these divine goddesses are giving me divine directions. So it's like, okay, so here we go. So the question that I posed, all right, let's try this again. Okay, and that works. So I'm going to reach for my beautiful journal. So just again, I'm going to show all of you this gorgeous, gorgeous journal, which I found, or which found me, at Notions and Potions in Beacon, New York, or as I lovingly call it, freaking Beacon, baby. Okay, so the question I posed was, what do I need to know right now? And this is the second day in a row that I pulled two cards that I have not pulled before since the beginning of this month. So actually, I stand correct that I have pulled the Five of Pentacles before from the Everyday Witch Tarot. And what I got was to remember the ebb and flow of life. You know, the fact of the matter is that the ocean, which is one of the most infinite symbols of abundance and prosperity, ebbs and flows. You know, you have the low tide, you have the high tide, you have the water that's going in, you have the water that's coming out, you have the water that's going in. So there's always an ebb and flow, you know. And those of us that are paid weekly, right? Let me rephrase that, because I have a side position of where I'm paid bi-weekly. Those of you who are paid weekly, yeah, that's more accurate. Those of you who are paid weekly, you know this all too well, especially if you have direct deposit, because it's like you see the ebb and flow between your paychecks. You know, you receive your paycheck, everything, and ideally everything is in order. Everything that's supposed to be there is there. And then you pay your bills, you have your automatic payments, you take care of expenses, and then it's like, okay, but the amount decreases, but then you receive your next paycheck and it increases. Same thing with anything, tangible or intangible. You know, love. You know, there are people that I love and adore that sometimes I love and adore them even more than I think is possible, and sometimes I love them and adore them a little bit. And it's not because they've upset me or they've pissed me off. It's just like, you know, like right now, I have an enormous amount of love for Michelle, for Shell, for Swan of Dreamers. And right now I have an enormous amount of love for my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos. And I have an awesome amount of love for my new friend who's helping my awesome audiovisual person. And right now I have a lot of love for Isis, the alpha female. And I don't have as much love for Corey the Calico right now because she keeps doing something that we've talked to her about, like, stop doing it. I do have a lot of love for Durga, but she did almost knock over a mirror, which fortunately for me, I was inches away from it, so it did not land into a bazillion pieces on the floor. And I have lots of love for Boss the Kitten. So, anything tangible or intangible has an ebb and a flow. Now, speaking of ebb and flow, the Goddess Guidance Oracle card that I pulled is Maeve, Cycles and Rhythms. Now, it's funny because, hold on, I need to adjust this again. I've read a lot of novels that have a sacred fae or a fairy theme, and I've always found it fascinating that so many oaths are sworn in Maeve's honor. It's like Maeve is another queen of the fairies, and so she has a lot of power. She has a lot of energy. She has a lot of influence, and the sacred fae have been on my mind a lot lately. And I'm a firm believer that the sacred fae are not only present in spring and summer. I have felt their presence. I have certainly felt the presence of the spirits of the land and the sacred fae in autumn and in winter. And I often do. In fact, even when I'm indoors, I feel their presence. And the sacred fae have been reminding me of something that I need to give them. And they've been very low-key about it. They've actually been almost completely subtle about it. But I'm remembering, and it's like, yes, I'm not going to forget this. I am going to give you this, and I am definitely going to give you this very soon. Because if I do not give them that, then it's quite possible that they will abscond with another copy of the Black Cat's Tarot Kit. And I promise you, by the way, it wasn't too long ago, I need to acknowledge that it wasn't too long ago that I said, I absolutely refuse to buy another copy of that kit. Yeah, right. Some of you were like, oh, Robert, stop the bullshit. You know you're going to buy another kit. And you were right. And by the way, deep down inside, I knew I was going to buy another kit. I just didn't want to admit that. But a few weeks ago, I'm like, I'm going to buy another kit, aren't I? Yep. Anyway, with that being said, so this card was for me a confirmation of the interpretation I got from the Five of Pentacles, which is to honor the ebb and the flow. This morning my energy has been super high. I've been walking, I've been climbing stairs, I'm going to eat in a little while because I've been doing a lot of things, and I'm not hungry, but I do need to replenish my body's storehouse of fuel. And besides, to me, any time is coffee time, and any time is pasta time, and any time is wine time, and any time is chocolate time, too. Did I cover everything? Yeah. Pasta, dulce, wine, coffee. Yeah, I covered all the 4 major nourishment groups. Yeah. Pasta, sweets, wine, coffee. Yeah, I got it all covered. So I'm going to spend more time with Maeve today. I'm going to ask her to remind me of her power and her presence and remind me about what she's all about. So YouTube, as always, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much for honoring everybody at Catland and all we do as well. Thank you so much for honoring everybody at Notions and Potions and everything we do too. Thank you so much for honoring my awesome audiovisual person. Thank you for honoring and blessing everybody who is involved with YouTube, because some of them need a little more blessing than others. And thank you. Hello, Durga. Look, it's Durga. She just climbed on me. Durga, look at the camera. Durga. Oh, you're so cute. She's being cute. She's not even... Yeah. Okay. And there went cute. Okay, I'm going to end this video now. So, YouTube, I wish you many blessings of love and light and life, of health, peace and wholeness, of wealth, healing, and joy. And good night.